Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm back today for part 2 of my 2023 complete coloring book collection. This one is a doozy. It is part 2 of our Disney books, so all of the rest of them. And if you saw yesterday's video, you saw, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, you saw where I store all of my Disney books. So if you're interested in that, give part 1 a check. And part 1 was all of the large color by number books, and part 2 is everything else. I'll warn you already, a lot of these are uncolored. I very much am a collector of these Disney books, so our numbers aren't great, but that's all right. I enjoy them, and that's what matters. I'm first going to show you some things that I don't have in my tally. They're like the bookmarks and the scratch cards and things like that. And again, I'll give you my disclaimer, as I did yesterday, that I got a majority of these books from Lyrica. It is a French bookstore that has free shipping worldwide. I have a link down below to their website, and if you have not made your first purchase, you can get 10% off using my code. You have to put the code in at checkout. So if you click the link, you're not associating with me at all. You have to put the code in, and I'll get you 10%. It also gets me 10%. It's affiliate link. So there's that. But let's just get right into it. Should I mute my thing? Sure, I'm gonna mute this. No sound. First up is my collection of bookmarks. So I have 5. Whoa. I don't remember why I tabbed these. I have 5 of the little sets of bookmarks. I don't know if I'll be getting any more. There are 50 in each, which is a pretty good deal. And yeah, this is the alphabet one. I like these because if I ever have to send a coloring package, I will take a few out and give them as gifts. They're also nice and easy. I haven't colored too many. All the ones I have colored though are no longer in here. I took them out and laminated them. So I have the alphabet, I have vintage, which is like Mickey and Minnie and the gang in some of their old cartoon style. I have the villains. This was one of my first ones, so there's a bunch out of here that again I gave as gifts. These, I don't know if they are just cutouts of bigger pictures, because obviously some of them are pretty cut off. So I don't know if that's how they did that, but I have the Tsum Tsums, which I was obsessed with this game for years. And this one is in upside down, which is very interesting. I don't know if mine is just an error. Obviously, I usually take these out anyway, so it's not a big deal. But there is that one. And then finally, probably my favorite is mini portraits. And this is just the characters in little portrait styles. So I really like that one. So that is my collection of bookmarks. There are a ton more out there. There's a bunch of older ones and a bunch of newer ones. Funny how that works. But again, this might be the end of my collection for now because, I don't know, I'm not really coloring them as much as I expected. The other thing that is not in my tally that I'm going to show you are the scratch art. I'll show you these first. These I actually found at Daiso, which is like a Japanese dollar store. And there were 4 sets, I think. And I just combined them into 2 boxes. So there were princesses, there was Mickey and Minnie, there was a Winnie the Pooh set, and Pixar. At least those 4. So I have some that I did, and basically they just give you this little wooden like pencil type thing, and you scratch off the area. There were lines that you scratch, and you can do extra if you want. So for example, these were just the outlines of the stars, and I ended up putting that little extra detail there. And I think these were also just outlines, and I filled them in. So then there's the princess and his holographic. We got Jasmine. There was holographic Mickey and Minnie set. Rainbow Mickey and Minnie set. And one from the Pixar set. So there's those. And then I still have a bunch more of those. And I also did find some on Lyrica, and I picked up a few to try out. Have I yet? No. But I picked up babies. And this comes in like a booklet. Oh, no, it doesn't. It opens this way, and then it opens like this. And they have a sheet in between them all to protect them. And again, it comes with the little scratcher to do that. So I got babies, and then I tried 2 of these sets. These are for specific movies. So there's 7 scratch off cards in here. And it seems like this one, you can either do the whole silhouette, or if you fill it in, the actual character is there. So it's printed under there. And again, you can do extra line work if you want. So I got Turning Red, and I got Encanto. And finally, in the scratch off section, I have Vitro. So this is, how many are in here? Does it tell me? 12. There's 12 pages in here, and they are the same pages from the book, but in scratch off style. And I think there's also 2 different methods in here. Like, for example, you can see they showed you the Beauty and the Beast, that you essentially scratch the whole white area. And then this one, you're only supposed to scratch. Yeah, I guess you just always scratch the gray area, and that's what you're going to get. So I haven't done any of these in a little bit, so I should get back into that. That is what filming these collection videos is really doing for me. It's making me want to color all my stuff, which that's probably a good thing. So, all right. Again, I had to worry about not collapsing my table, so we're going to have to do some fun book gymnastics as we go. To not do that. Also, I put my camera up higher, so hopefully we won't be wiggling as much, and I won't have to like readjust you a bunch of times. But let's see. First, we have portraits. This is Tramp Portraits. There are a bunch of books called portraits, so I usually call it by whoever's on the cover, and I still only have 1 page done in here, and it's actually Sadness. And I used a bunch of different blues on here, and I actually used alcohol markers. So this page, I want to say, was like Elena of Avalor, which is a Disney Junior TV show. So I really didn't care about that too much. So I just put a piece of paper over there. And yeah, that's my only page so far. This book is so cute, but since it's double-sided, I have a hard time, which is kind of the case about a lot of these upcoming books. So yeah, this is actually my brand newest book. It's hard to show you because it's so shiny. This is Donald Duck and Friends. I think this is Australian, like this series. I ended up getting this as my final purchase from Book Depository since they recently closed. It is another double-sided, but it is a bunch of Donald heavy. There's obviously the rest of the gang, but there's lots of ducks going on in here, and I'm a Donald and Daisy fan, even though they are ducks. I feel like a hypocrite sometimes, but they're some of the good ones. So I got that one, and I just got it a few days ago, so nothing in there yet. All right, next, probably one of my very oldest Disney books / adult coloring books is Art Therapy Disney Princesses. These are like the only ones we can get in the US, or yeah, the Art Therapy ones, which is interesting because these are printed in French also, like this series. So it's interesting that we got these and none of the rest of them, but who am I to say? I don't know. So I have 1 full page done in here. This is a lot of wallpapery pages. 1 second. Yeah, this is from 2015. I got this as a gift. I have 1 full page done. There's a lot of wallpapery pages that, like, I think Sam did that one, and like I kind of just like used it to test stuff. I don't know. This one's not my favorite, and I mostly still keep it because I, at this moment, have space still. If I no longer have space, this will be on the chopping block because I don't really like the pages that are in here. So that's okay. Next is Villain Spiroglyphics. This is actually a completely finished book that I finished last year as a 10 book to finish. I'll just flip as I talk. And yeah, for me right now, I'm still keeping my finished books again until I run out of space, which you'll see it's getting close for some things, but I will likely keep this forever anyway since it's Disney. Basically, it is a continuous line book that you just go around and around in a circle and your page is revealed to you. The pages are perforated, and I feel like I'm literally like ripping every single one as I go, so that's not my favorite thing. But yeah, I just use gel pens in here, and it sometimes takes 2 gel pens, so I'd use them from the Dollar Tree. And there we go. So that's all of my villains. Fun. Is there one more? That's the end. Yzma to end us off. Then I have two like super kids coloring books that are also not in my tally. I've had this for years. Does this have a year on it? 2011. This is the Villains book. I got this from like Target and I never opened it or colored it, but it's all the pages are in black and you're supposed to use those neon markers. So I just thought this was fun, and I'm shocked that it's still in this good of shape because again, it's been over a decade. Actually, I'm gonna put this with my more delicate books up there. Then I have this one. I did get this from Larica. I wanted to just try this series because they do have a ton of these, and it is very much a kid's book, which again, it's totally fine. But I'm not sure, since it's double-sided, if I will ever actually color in here. And it's a teeny tiny book, but I'm pretty sure it was like $3, so not a big deal to give it a shot. So there's that. Then this is technically not even mine. This is Sam's book that I got him, and I haven't colored in it, but I did put it on my shelf. So in theory, I could one day color in it, but I just have not. So every once in a while, I convince him to color with me. And so there, he's done a bunch in here. Let's see. Oh, 2 in a row. So that's fun. But yes, that's Darth Vader and family. Then we have a few of these that I found at a Japanese bookstore that's local to me. This is Disney Girls. I don't have anything done here. So you can buy these on Amazon Japan, or technically Etsy, but I find that Amazon Japan has better shipping prices to the US than a lot of Etsy places do. So keep that in mind and shop around if you're looking. Also, I don't remember what this one's called. Art of Disney Happiness coloring book. I think I just called this the Rainbow Lesson book because, whoa, ouch. There's like legitimately lessons in every color. So yeah, nothing colored in here yet either. Again, a lot of these are double-sided and I'm intimidated. I'm so scared this whole pile's gonna fall. This one, another one that I haven't colored in. Annoying that that sticker's there. But this is, I call the Disney Seasons book, also from Amazon Japan. And it's just, it goes through all the seasons. And these are a lot of double pagers and double-sided, which makes it, again, very intimidating. So I don't know, I gotta get in here eventually, but it's scary. How do you guys tackle, look at that. I love this page so much. But how do you guys tackle the scary pages? Let me know. This was a gift from my friend Sarah. This is Disney Princesses, and this one is definitely from Australia. Scholastic Australia, and it just has a little section about each princess, and then a few pages. Another double-sided one. I love this a lot. This was a gift, like I said, so we'll see. I might just cherish it forever. There's a theme going on. Next, I got this when I was in Disney World last year, and I'm probably never going to color it. This was for their 50th anniversary, and there's a new one that I think is pretty similar for the Disney 100, and it's double-sided, a lot of very detailed images going on. So not necessarily my coloring style, but since I was there, I obviously had to pick it up. So I did. Then these two were actually gifts from Shaina, who works in Disney. This is Disney Princess coloring book, and it's shaped like a heart. It's super cool that every page is heart-shaped, and it's just them looking fabulous. And they're really nice images, which again though, double-sided, so we'll see. So nothing done in here yet, but I like it a lot. Oh, I'm so scared. And we're okay. And also this one, Mickey and Friends, and I did do one page, and I'm pretty sure I did it for a video. So a lot of iconic like park stuff going on in here. I need to get back to this one. I'm just scared. But I did this Pooh Bear, and I used washi tape for the balloons, and then I did like pastel for the background for him to be like floating in space. So there was that. Oh, it's sliding. Hold on. Basically, my table keeps collapsing because of how heavy the books are. So I have them on like this little ottoman, but it's not wide enough to fit the books double wide. So it's very precarious. I have a few of the kids version of the color by number books. So this one is like Winter Princesses. And I just got this one this year. I haven't done anything yet. They're considered mystery magic, but obviously they're not that mysterious. They give you some hints, but it's for kids. This paper is very interesting though. I found crayons works best, so got that one. Then we have just the Mickey one. I have 2 pages done in here, and it's the first 2. So I tried to use markers on this side. I don't remember. I think it was water-based markers. Yeah, and then I used crayons on this side. So they're not like the fanciest or the most detailed, but they're fun and cute and different. So that's that. And again, I don't even, are you pretending? This is also pretending to be a mystery. Come on now. And I have 2 more. I have the princesses. This is just generic princesses in regular times of year instead of at holidays. And again, once you get a lot of these books, these images start to repeat a little bit, or at least like we have Belle before. But I just wanted to try it out. There's a ton more in this series, but again, I'm not sure if I'll be getting any more. Sometimes I just like throw it in if I'm near however much I want to pay, and I'm like, I'll throw one in. But they're not my highest priority at this moment. I also have villains, which I found. I was flipping through, obviously looking to see if I colored anything, and it looks like I have Jafar in progress and like super in progress. Like I didn't even finish the outlining, but it seems like they do 2 of each. Maybe? No, it's just 2 Jafar. Interesting. So here's some villains. Love the villains. Don't fall down. Okay. Next, I have Oofoofy. This was a limited run merchandise. I don't know if they're still around. I do have some of these, including Daisy, actually. But they were scented little plush toys, and they're so cute. I actually have Daisy, Donald, and Goofy are the 3 Oofoofy that I have. And they're a lot of fun. And I love when books have the colors on one side, because then I try to copy it. And I just really enjoy doing that. So that is Oofoofy. Okay. Then we have the Thomas Kincaid Dreams collection. I have had this whip in progress for probably 4 years. Let me see. Oh, it's missing. Where are you? Like I said, like to copy the page, and it's really hard. And this was in pencils. So what book year did this come out? 2017. I've probably had this work in progress for nearly 6 years. So that's cool. I really just got to get back into it. I've seen so many people do a lot of cool things in this book. But honestly, the artwork is just beautiful. So I just like looking through it. And it's really nicely done book. Okay. Next, I have Once Upon a Time. This is a hardcover. It's like the super thick cardboard. And it is like all layouts from the different stories as if there are an open book. So I don't have anything done, but it's a really cool one. And then my other hardcover is vintage. Again, like look how thick that hardcover is. And this is just, again, old school Mickey and Minnie and Friends from the old cartoons. So I would love to color in these, but I'm so afraid of the double-sidedness of it all because I really haven't colored in color pencils in like 2 years. It's been a long time. I am mainly just a marker gal at this point in my coloring journey. Okay, next up, I have Pop Art. This is their squares collection, and I only have 2 in it, but I just think this will be fun if I ever get to it. It's like a pattern within the page, and obviously you can just ignore it and just color it, like just color her hair red and ignore the pattern, or you can like do all those little details. And this is essentially single-sided, so I really gotta face my fears with this one. Oh, Pooh Bear's so cute. Oh my gosh, was I out of screen that whole time? Apparently having my camera up doesn't help at all. And then finally in this, oh, nope, there was a secret book. Mandalas. So there's another book called Mandalas. That's one of the giant hardcover books, but this is the square version. And I did the one that's barely a mandala of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But these are just like either traditional mandalas or ones like this, which is kind of a circular thing going on with repeating whatever. So super cute. Also basically single-sided. So no excuses. Then I have this from my friend, and I accidentally pulled the index card out, but I have one page done in here. And it was this Mickey Mouse. And this was actually like, it came on a bigger piece of cardboard that had markers and things attached to it, but I kind of just ripped it off of there, and then I put a piece of cardboard on the back because I ripped the cover a little bit, as you may be able to see. But these are super cute, just like simple Mickey and Minnie. And again, I need to work in here because they're a lot of fun and single-sided. So that's my bad. Okay, I gotta get a new stack. Should we go with this one first or that one first? Probably this one. Okay. These books are so heavy. Okay. So first up is a Trompe l'Oeil. Essentially tomb 1, because there's another one in this stack somewhere. But this is basically the big color by number books, but in the grand block style. So yeah, this next whole stack is all grand block. And what that means is they open this way. Oops, there's my page. I'll just show you that right away. So this is a Trompe l'Oeil one. So it is a mystery color. So the image that you see is not what you're going to get. That's the lemon sucker from King Candy. Yeah, this is the Queen of Hearts, and you're going to get the Cheshire Cat. So I don't know if we can tell. I guess it was, I think it looks like Merryweather. Flora. I don't know. It looks like one of the fairies, and then it turned into Maleficent instead. And since this is single-sided, you can use alcohol markers, but the paper's a little bit weird, and it kind of sucks up those alcohol markers. So I use paint pen for the black and the purple, and then alcohol markers. So I definitely need to do more in here. And like I said, there's a volume 2. And I'm just going to put this out here right now. There's a new Trompe l'Oeil coming in, like, I want to say July, but it might even be September. I would keep on the lookout that it might be these 2 volumes combined into one, because they do that sometimes. So like they did that with the mystery message books. They had 2 of these block style, and then they made it into one color by number. So be alert. And yes. Okay. Then I have the posters. This one's really cool. And it's like the posters from the original movies. And then in the very back, they have the color version in case you want to copy the original ones. And again, you don't have to. But these are so hard to show you, so I'm sorry about that. But I don't have anything done in there. I want to say, I only have stuff done in like half of these, which I know is not the best, but I love them so much. This is BFF. Again, not much done in here, but it's just a bunch of BFFs, being BFFs. A lot of people are always afraid that these are going to fall apart. I did take one of mine apart, which you'll see later, but I really haven't had a problem with them coming apart on their own. But you can buy like folio books that have the sleeves in them to put them in if you are worried about that. But I figure I do have some of those, and I'm just not going to do it unless they fall apart. But I am ready. Next is Celebrations. They also have this in the grand block style. Nope, this is grand block in the square style. And I do have a page done in here. Only one. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I don't know why. I think like 3 of my pages are just rabbit that are colored. I just love them, and I think they're so cute. And I love all the Pooh crew. So this is all different celebrations. So Easter, birthday, Christmas, Halloween, like weddings. Fun stuff in there. Then, oh boy, this is the first one in this style I bought, and I actually did buy this from Amazon France, I think, because I was like desperate for this one. This is the alphabet book, and I only have 2 completed pages in here, and I have a whip, but I didn't tab that. But this is just every character had like, it's alphabetical and the letters and then the characters. And I do use washi tape to fill my letters. So that's washi tape. And then I also did Tigger. I have a very extensive washi tape collection. So there's my T for Tigger. I actually did a Q for Quasimodo, and I just did the tape, but I didn't fill it in. And that might be something I'm intrigued by, is to like go and do the letter parts with the washi tape. Because again, I always have to remind myself that like, these are my books, I can do what I want. So I enjoy the process of doing this washi tape. So if I do that and I don't necessarily finish the whole page, that's okay. Like, you're getting your use out of your books, you know? So that's the alphabet. Okay. Then another one that I had for a very long time, it's silhouettes. Silhouette Magic. And this one's really cool because you don't actually have the character. You just have the border with stuff about them. So this was Emperor's New Groove. That's Cusco. A lot of people will color the character in solid. A lot of them will like outline it, do a whole bunch of different things, but I did not. It's my only page done in here. For example, there's like an Elsa, there's Alice, and instead of, it's like the flowers from the garden and things like that. And I just think this one is super cool. It used to be my goal to do one non-color by number page a month. You can see how that went. Here's another really cute one. This is almost like Vitro, but it's mosaics instead. And again, here's my rabbit page, and it is one of my favorite pages because all rabbit pages are my favorite, I guess. And I did a little bit of glitter. I don't know what's going to show up. So here, and then some of the squares are glitter, and I just love it. And I actually did two different color ways of the carrots. I don't know how well it's showing up. So like, this is darker orange and green, and this is a little bit lighter. Looks pretty similar, but I still love it. I must just like the color of rabbit, but that's mosaics. Whoa. Then another super cool one, we have graffiti. They actually have tons and tons and tons in this size, and I like kind of attempt to only get the ones that I think are cool and unique, but obviously I'm not great at it. But here's graffiti, and this one is super cool because it has like their name or movie in graffiti style. So I just think this is so fun, and like, if you are into graffiti art, you can probably do really cool things with it. And yeah, I need to work in that. Oh, maybe this series is just embarrassing. Next, we have Tableau. And this is another cool one. And it's similar to the Once Upon a Time book, where it's just like pictures of them. So like, it's them in frames. And I don't know, I just think this is another really fun one. And it shouldn't be intimidating. So like, this is a little bit different than some of the other ones we get. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love balloons. So Dumbo, the flying elephant. Yeah, that's another thing, is if you saw, some of it was in English, some of it was in French. I never know why they choose to do what they choose, but there's that. Oh my gosh, everything is gonna fall. Next, we have Pixar. This one is a newer one, and I really got it because of this turning red cover, which I hadn't even seen at the time, and now I have seen it. Finally, check, super cute. So this is just Pixar pages. So, and there is, oh, my boy Wally, and there's a lot of turning red. They do tend to, like, the newer books will focus a little bit more on the newer movies, just because there's been like 50 books to focus on the old stuff. So like, every time a new movie comes out, there'll be like 4 or 5 pages in the new books. So there's that one. Oh boy. Next, we have Magic, which this is probably my least different one. These are pretty common pictures. A lot of the older style books in this size had wallpapery backgrounds like this. So that's why I don't have too many of them. But I guess I figured I needed this one. So there's Magic. Oh boy, oh boy. It's so precarious. All right, then we have Summertime. I think there's also winter in this series. I don't know if there's the other seasons, but yep, this is just the characters doing summer things. There's a lot, oh my gosh, did you see that, Pooh Bear? There's a lot of Pooh and crew and like Mickey and crew in books like these, which I enjoy a lot. Nothing colored in there though. Shh. But yeah, this is a little bit similar to the Under the Ocean / Seasons in the big books. So if you don't like color by number, this would be a good one if you like the vibe of those. Okay, whoa. Then we have villains. And I, again, don't have anything. I love these. I love when they're framed like that. That's kind of my favorite. But we have a bunch of villains who are some of my favorite characters. So I gotta, again, just be brave. I just don't know how to color these in since the markers have trouble on this paper. But I love my girl Ursula, and I love me some villains. So, and then finally in this style, so my final grand block is my newest grand block that just came a few days ago, Trompe l'Oeil Tomb 2, so Optical Illusions. I don't have anything done in here. But again, so there's the grandma from Encanto, and then Mirabelle is the actual page. And I like the Trompe l'Oeil series, excuse me, because they tend to be simpler, which, as I've mentioned before, is kind of my preferred style. So, and these do have the answers in the back. So, but like I said, watch out. I have a feeling they're going to combine these two into the next volume of the big Trompe l'Oeil. I don't know. Right now, they're all in unique pictures. Okay, we got to do more moving around. Let's see. This is the last big stack. It's so heavy, guys. Whoosh. Also, you are still falling after all of that. How could you? Okay, is that better? First up is my series of the mystery squares. So this is the Pixel books, and I do have a bunch done in here. This is actually one of my 10 books to finish this year. So there's a bunch done. This is babies. I got the cover page. Oh, I should have put my tabs on the outside, but I didn't. This too. John. Is it John or Michael? I don't remember off the top of my head. Lilo and Stitch. I like to do X method, as you can see, or I like to do mixed method, so I'll do X's and dots and full coloring. Just depends on the image. But this is a lot of them in baby form. Oh, my whip. So hopefully I will have this one done by the end of the year. We shall see. Mowgli, and finally, all these boys. So, then we have Tsum Tsums. I collect these little stuffed animals too. I probably have like 60 of them. I went through a phase, okay? A big old phase. Plutes. Belle. And Jasmine. This book is interesting because the squares aren't lined up. They're actually like offset a little bit, which I don't love for X method because then the X's don't actually line up. I don't know if you can tell from that far away, but it's like waves instead of X's. Yes. Then I have love stories. I just have Herc done. Hercules and Megara. I usually use the Arteza, what are they called? They're Arteza fine liners that I can't remember the name of at this moment. Hopefully it'll come to me for those. They're water-based. Oops, Princesses and Fairies. I got Mulan and Snow White. Next, I have Best Friends. This one is the Spanish version, but it's the same book as the French version, and my cover is pretty bent, and I don't know when that happened, but Pain and Panic. This one, a lot of the images are very dark, and I don't even know if you can tell, but these are a lot darker than what I ended up picking. I just brightened it. I'm going to show you in the back. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of you are not fans of the answers, but so that was what it was supposed to look like. And that is much, much darker. So I just know what colors they are. And I brightened those boys up. Then we have Girl Power. I have one done in here. And it's our CoverGirl Ariel. Beautiful. I have the Grand Classics, another Spanish version. I have the Evil Queen. I do really like doing the mixed method. And Maleficent. And Rapunzel. And Flynn. Then I have Animals. Ooh. I swear this tripod is moving again and it's making me paranoid. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I just want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Ugh, okay. Hopefully that's better. Now you're like probably 4 to 5 inches lower than you once were, which is just driving me nuts. But there we go. Sebastian. And then finally, for the French versions, I have a Mickey and Friends. And I got another Plutes page and Minnie Mouse. I actually used glitter for the hearts, so that was me being fancy. Then I also actually have a few of the Japanese versions. I don't know the title of any of them. I just refer to them by color. So like this is green Japanese pixels. And theirs are very interesting because a lot of theirs has white space. Not all of them, but... So there's Pooh Bear, and this is all supposed to be white. Super cute. There's a few of these are also uncolored. This one has nothing in it, but I call this the orange one. I'll show you one page of answers. And I got these at my local Japanese bookstore, but they are also on Amazon Japan. I want to say I did have to get one of them on Amazon Japan. This is the yellow one. I also don't have anything, but see how there's a lot of background. That's just white. I think this is potentially a mashup of those other ones. It's hard to tell. I literally was just like, I'm going to buy them all. So this might be a mashup. But I did do Chip and Dale. And I did Dumbo. Super cute. I don't love this green part. I don't know if it was supposed to be like a leaf, but it like doesn't make sense when there's no background. So, and then a super unique one. And I wish there were more. Like this is a very long one, as you can tell. I have one page done. And this one, there's like blurbs about the movies. Also, it's weird. So the Sleeping Beauty is on the back side of this. So here's my Cinderella page. And then the back says Cinderella. And it says in English the name of the movie and the year. But then obviously everything else is in Japanese. So interesting choices from them. But this is a fun one because it's a weird size. And that's cool. We are in the home stretch, friends. Okay. Oh, I love this so much. This is University. Apparently in Japan, they love stuffed animals a whole bunch. So like, yes, love them for that. And they came out with this line called University. And it is all the bears have their, or all the characters have their own bear like counterpart. So all these pages are in here and they're so cute and I love them. And in Japan, you can like buy all these things. And right now, our goal is to go to Japan in 2028. So, fingers crossed. If I do, we're going to Tokyo Disney, and I'm buying all of the bears. So, it's a very long way away, but you got to start planning soon. So, okay. This is my grand block that I took out of the packaging, and this is actually Portraits Volume 1 and 2 in the grand block style. Ooh, am I going to hit? I think so. So I just put the covers in here too. This is the Bambi cover, and this is the Volume 2. So what I did for mine is I took them out, and then I put the movies in chronological order. I think I had to take out like 3 or 4 sheets to fit everything. So I ended up like taking out ones from like The Lion King 2.5, which I have never seen and have no interest in. So that was how I did that. But first we got, I'm so sorry about the glare, but I think we're just going to have to deal with it. It's not worth taking them all out. But we got our girl Daisy. So yeah, I figured she's been around forever, and then I just put them all about in movie order, and I did them with whatever their first movie was. So I think there's like a few of the Toy Stories represented, and obviously like Toy Story 4 came out a lot after some of these other ones, but I just put them all with Toy Story 1, if that makes sense. Lucifer. I also tried to be funny when I had the chance, so I like put the cats looking at each other. Pongo, that was a simple one, but I like it a lot. Robin Hood, this one I tried to do acrylic paint. It wasn't working the best for me, so that green is all acrylic paint. And Wreck-It Ralph should be my last one. So there we go. So yeah, this type of container, which I will have to look up. I will try if anybody needs me to, but holds basically 2 full books. Obviously, I could have gotten 2 more sheets in if I didn't put the covers in, and I also put in these little ones. So that was just on me not wanting to, like, I didn't care about the pictures I didn't keep. So, ooh, I don't want to hit ya. But yes, that's portraits. Okay, how am I going to do this? Because again, I'm so scared that this table, like, I traumatized Noodles. Here are my big, big, giant boys. Like, giant. You're not even going to be able to see the whole thing. This is a super old book that they re-released. I don't know if it's actually cult scenes or what, but let me try to just show you one page. Is they have at the top some scenes from the movie, and then at the bottom is what you're going to color. So sometimes the bottom one's in the top, and this one, it's from the same scene, but not the same moment. So this is beautiful, and will likely never be colored in. Ooh, this one also, oh my goodness, one of my pride and joy books. This is the movie posters, and it's volume 2. So if you remember in the grand block size, we had volume 1. I think that volume 1 used to exist in this size and no longer does. This is another older one. This is full page movie posters. And then again, gorgeous copies in the back. Wow, I did a good job. I flipped the same one. So full color copies, and I think, are both of those in here? Oh yeah, they both are. So again, if you want a copy, you can. And again, some of it's in English and some of it is in French. Who knows why they choose what they choose. But I just like, for this artwork alone, I love these movie posters. And there used to be like movie posters as rewards on Disney Movie Rewards. Like if you bought movies and then submitted your tickets, you could get rewards. Some of them were movie posters, and I never did it, and I regret it because I think some of these are super gorgeous. So this has posters, I want to say, starting from Great Mouse Detective, so like in the 80s, all the way up to their end, which seems to be Zootopia in 2016, and then all of the Pixar from the beginning through to Finding Dory. So it covered a lot of ground, and again, probably never coloring that one. One I desperately need to color in is Vitro Tomb 2, but I have not, so I'm actually not even going to open this one because it's so big, and I don't even know how I'm going to show you the next one. This is another hardcover. It's thick, thick cardboard, and it is gorgeous. So if you saw in part 1, I have the Vitro color by number now, and that makes me color them. These are just like, these are a commitment. These are big old pages. They're double-sided. They're gorgeous. But I do have a few done, thankfully. Oh gosh. In Tomb 1, so I will show you those. And again, big old hardcover. This was one of the ones that I've had for years. Let's see what year this came out. Does it tell me? Sam got me this as a gift. Whatever year it came out. I don't see the year on it. But I do have 4 done, which is something. And then I have a whip that I'm hoping to get to. But I have, oh, there's my whip. Princess. Almost done. I've been using Prismacolors though, so that's why it is so slow going. But I did finish Hank, the Septipus. And again, that's all with pencils. I also, this was the first page I did, Donald and Daisy, also with pencils. This took me like forever. I did Robin Hood. I actually used Inktense on this one, and I do really like how it looked, but it does make the paper crinkly, and I don't know if I'm willing to do that. I was on this page because the back is like the intro page to this section. So I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't go through, but it does make it crinkly. So that's like a sacrifice I don't know if I'm willing to make. And then finally, actually did this for like a at least 4-part video series a few years back, but it is Ariel. So I just think these are so beautiful and I love them so much, and I need to stop being afraid. But that's easier said than done. And then, again, it's just such a commitment. My current style is like pages that can be done in half an hour, not pages that are going to take me actual weeks. So I just have to like be good about keeping a book out and then not sitting and doing it all at once. Like, it's okay if it takes a week, if I'm just doing like half an hour every once in a while, you know? So hopefully we'll get to that. But yes, whew, we have made it. That is part 2 of my coloring book collection. I'm hopping in because I forgot the stats, guys. Okay, so part 2. That was 57 books. And 31 of them are not colored in. Ah, that's pretty embarrassing. And only 76 finished pages. So I'm keeping it honest with you guys. Not my best. But again, for me, just collecting Disney is what's important. So, you know, what can I say? I don't know. But yeah, that's it for part 2. Now back to the outro. Stuck around, you're the real MVP. Let me know everything you want to tell me about this part of the series. What'd you like? What didn't you like? Tell me all the things. Hopefully in 2 days we'll have part 3. That is it for Disney, unless I accidentally like find that somebody was in the wrong spot. Next is probably going to be my seasonal stuff. I don't know if that's going to be the next part or not. In theory, we're going to have seasonal. We're going to have color by number. We're going to have probably 2 parts of non-color by number, and then 1 to 2 parts of just like my favorites. And actually I have a lot of foreign books that are not from, well, I have like French books that are not Disney. I have a bunch of Japanese books. I have a few other countries represented, so that might be its own part. Who knows? But hopefully you will stick around for all those too. Our secret word is going to be seashell. That's what we're seeing. So like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment anything you want to comment down below, including our secret word seashell. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and I have at least 6 more videos of my collection coming your way. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you soon, hopefully in 2 days. And that's all for me. Bye, friends.